IRD Duhallow was founded in 1989, that's over 3 decades ago, by local business people in the area who saw the dire need of something to happen with the people themselves rather than waiting for people from outside to come in and do things for us. One of the first programs we delivered was the Leader program. So we were a rural development focused company, but we also saw that the stringent rules and regulations that come with Leader did not sit well with many of the people, especially those socially excluded people that we wanted to help. So we actively pursued a program called the Local Development Program at the time, which ADM was rolling out, and we were successful. And having got that program, we integrated the delivery with Leader, so we were able to deliver a full wraparound service to the people, all the people of our area.
SICAP has provided and part of baseline funding for much of our mental health and disability inclusion work in the community. On foot of the needs identified through our ongoing community consultation, a dedicated action was created under Goal 2. Due to the constraints of SICAP funding, we have had to lever additional funding programmes to expand these pilot projects. We were successful in obtaining an ability project through the Department of Social Protection to support young people with disabilities, a social farming project through the Department of Agriculture, and we are now also piloting a rural community health worker who is part funded through the HSE.
I'm part of the North Cork Rural Community Health Project, which is a pilot project that aims to educate the community on suicide post-vention, intervention and prevention, as well as looking holistically at health within the community. Since beginning my role, I've been working with the Rural Community Health Walking and Social Group, which was organised to use physical exercise to promote both physical and mental health, as well as providing a social outlet for people in the wake of the social isolation of the pandemic. I'm also working at organising health-focused workshops and talks to inform and educate on mental and physical health topics such as further Safe Talk training, which is a half-day training programme that prepares participants to recognise and engage with people who may be having thoughts of suicide and connect them to suicide first aid resources.
I work across a variety of programmes and projects focusing on children, families, young people and people with disabilities. I coordinate our Strive programme, which is a follow-on from the Ability programme. Between Ability and Strive, we have supported over 50 participants to become more active members of their communities and to progress into education, training and employment. The Strive group attend here twice a week in IRD Duhallow on Tuesdays and Fridays. We facilitate and organise different workshops and activities based on their interests, skills and identified needs. Examples of some of the workshops and activities we run are digital skills, CV and interview workshops, driver theory test workshops, life skills, social and personal development, to name but a few. Having the group attend twice a week is fundamental in the forming of friendships and a peer support network, which is vital for their overall well-being and their long-term progression. Last year, the lads wanted to hold some form of fundraising event for the Air Ambulance as part of their active citizenship and volunteerism. This idea was facilitated and teased out. After brainstorming sessions which built on participants' communication and planning skills, we decided to hold a coffee morning in Duhallow Community Food Services. The group planned, organised and ran the event. To prepare for it, they were trained in basic barista skills, customer service, and they also baked all of the goods that were on sale on the day. Everyone learned new skills which benefited them during their subsequent work placements and employments. There was also an awareness raising aspect to it, with the local community turning out in force to support the initiative, which raised awareness of employing people with disabilities as they showcased their range of skills. With SICAP supports, we went on a trip to the Dáil in June. For many, this was their first time in Dublin. We navigated trains, the Lewis and Dublin buses, which pushed them out of their comfort zones and fostered independence and confidence. The trip to the Dáil was facilitated by our local TD Michael Moynihan, who chairs the Dáil Committee for People with Disabilities. The trip promoted self-advocacy, with participants really engaging with the tour of the Dáil and Leinster House, learning the history of it and learning the inner workings of the Dáil and the Seanad.
The Thirds Occupation programme has run here in IRD Duhallow since 2006. It's a community-based programme that offers supports to those experiencing multiple barriers to progression due to their mental ill health and distress. The TO group provides these participants with a broad spectrum of supports, bearing in mind that some of these individuals may not be ready for employment in the short term but need access to other types of softer support such as community education in the interim. As well as dealing with the challenges of their diagnosis, participants often feel disconnected from their communities and suffer a loss of self-confidence. We work with the participants on an individual basis and as a group to help them discover their own unique abilities and introduce them to new activities to broaden their horizons. Then building upon those skills to help the participants rediscover a sense of personal confidence.
Here at IRD Duhallow, we're very fortunate to have such a historic building and fantastic grounds to be working in. It gives us scope and basis for all our renovation and restoration projects, including the development of our community gardens, which we use for our groups and our workers. We use social inclusion programme funding for the first polytunnel, and after a couple of years, due to the increased needs on the ground, we expanded the project and developed our therapeutic garden. This is now a haven for plants, pollinators and people alike, with beds bursting full of flowers and tunnels with mature grapevines, herbs and vegetables. The gardens have continued to grow and now include the kitchen garden, a more intensive organic vegetable garden, an allotment site which is now part of our social farming project. The 2 more recent polytunnels house our seed saving projects and provide teaching and community space. Our wider environment also includes a large apple orchard, small and mixed fruit orchard, woven willow fencing, ponds, meadows, lawns and flower beds. In 2019 we were awarded the Best Community Garden Award from the Cork Environmental Forum. From small roots our gardens have grown, and so have the people that use them. We have a small team of workers from RSS TUS and CE schemes and volunteers who work hard to maintain the gardens. They, along with the various groups, including those on ability, have joined our mental wellbeing participants to help produce all the vegetables from seed grown in our homemade compost. The importance of biodiversity is our start and end point in our garden ethos. All of our volunteers, participants, workers and visitors are part of this natural system. In 2021 we developed part of our gardens into a social farm. This allows individuals with a disability to come 1 day a week to our gardens and work or relax in the tunnels and vegetable garden. It's a very protective environment and provides a safe and supportive space for people who maybe do not get much contact with nature.
I started here last year on a horticultural course, and from there I started doing volunteering on a Friday with the mental health group, which gets support from SICAP. I'm here as well 3 days a week working in the gardens because I got onto a CE scheme.
The reason I enjoyed Towards Occupation is that we had great fun playing games.
I come to our Towards Occupation course. The reason I like it is because we go on many trips out. I've been to Foot Island, the Donkey Sanctuary, and to see this, and to the cinema to see the Banshees and the Sheeran. And I come here every Monday and Friday to IRD, and I like it.
I got a job through the Strive programme, so I'm working in the restaurant in IRD. I clean out the bins and I do the dishwasher, and I just help with deliveries.